Are you wondering, are we headed for divorce? I'm Rosetta. Pick a card number 1, number 2, or number 3, and I'll do a detailed tarot reading for you with your guidance from Spirit to answer the question, am I headed for divorce? All right, number 1, 2, 3. Timestamps are in the description below. Let's go. Welcome, Group 1. As I shuffle the cards for you, please focus on your person. Focus on any concerns you're having about whether you're headed for divorce. And as I lay out the cards for you, if this seems like I'm not describing your situation, please take a look at the readings for Group 2 or Group 3 within this video. Remember, this is a group reading. That means that not everything about this reading is likely to apply to you. So please take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And if it really doesn't seem to depict your situation, once again, check out the other readings in this video and see whether one of those will apply to you more and resonate with you more. Okay, and we also have a mystery card, which we're going to turn right side up in a second, but let's see what we have for you. Question is, are you headed for divorce? All right, so let's take a look at the mystery card because that's going to tell us a lot more about the cards that I've drawn, and it'll help you know whether you're in the right place. So your card is the 7 of Cups. So it's likely that either you or your partner has been thinking lately about, well, am I really with the right person? Did I really make the right choice? So we're seeing one of the partners ready to move forward. Another one of the partners is feeling like perhaps your strength has been undermined. You're feeling weakened by the partnership, whereas one of the partners is feeling just fine about this. So one of the partners, if the other partner came and said, I want a divorce, this partner would be completely stunned and not have any idea about this. So let's go on and look at a few more of the cards and see what else we have going. We also have 2 7s here, so I just want to point that out. And down here we have 2 8s. So here we've got 2 7s. We've got the major arcana 7. We've got the 7 of Cups. So this is a number of knowledge, of learning, of being able to make the right choice because you know yourself, and in this case, because you also deeply know the other person. So bear that in mind as we go through the rest of this. We have you ending up as the Magician. So if your partner were to come to you and express dissatisfaction or even ask for a divorce, just know that it's very likely that you're going to be in the position of power where you can say yes or no. Like you will be able to, in a way, make the decision about this. The other person is not going to push things through without your agreement. Or maybe if your partner is feeling disempowered by the relationship, this gives you a chance to make it right. Right? And we actually see you here working hard. 8 of Pentacles. So what does this mean? This may mean that one of the 2 partners here is working a little too hard and not paying enough attention to the other partner. We see that kind of thing. We also see the 8 of Wands in reverse. So yeah, we're seeing that if you're in the right place, this is a situation where one of the partners, you or the other partner, is likely to be overworking, ignoring the partner who's dissatisfied right now. So you're probably going to know at this point in this reading, Group 1, who is the person who's feeling disempowered, and who is the person who's feeling like they're leading, they're running things. So you want to pay attention before this ever comes up, because if you're here for this reading, are we headed for divorce? It means that you're not sure whether you're headed for divorce. So if you're the partner who feels like you're being steamrolled over, this is time to talk about that with your partner. Because we saw the other partner is likely not to be aware. And that work-life balance is an issue here to talk about. But just know that if it's the other partner right now, the partner who is not you, if it's the other partner who is in control at this point, and if you're feeling like you're the disempowered partner, just know that you can take back your power by approaching your partner in the right way and paying attention before you go forward to talk about this, before you go forward to change things. Spend a little time first really knowing who your partner is. What is the way that you can speak your partner's language so that your partner is more likely to listen to you? In other words, very few people react well to just being confronted and having demands made when they don't even realize yet that anything is wrong. So that's what I have for you today, Group 1. If this reading spoke to you, please give it a like and leave me a quick comment. And I would love it so much and be so grateful if you hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when a new video posts, which for me is usually 2 times a week. Sending you love and blessings, and see you in my next video. Welcome, Group 2. We have a mystery card here for you that we are going to uncover pretty soon. But in the meanwhile, I'm shuffling the cards for you. Please think about your situation and what most concerns you around the subject of, am I headed for divorce? And no, as always, this is a group reading. That means that parts of this reading may apply to you and other parts won't. It's not the same as getting an individual one-on-one reading with me. So if, as I lay out the cards, you're not feeling it, it doesn't feel like your situation, please check out the reading for Group 1 or Group 3 within this video. All right, guys, one more shuffle, and let's see what we have for you around the question, are we headed for divorce? Wow. Okay, these are good cards. Let's see what else. Before I tell you anything, though, let's see the rest. Okay, Group 2, I'm almost kind of wondering why you're asking this question, because these cards do not look like you're headed for divorce. But let's uncover the mystery card and see what we have here. Yeah, the High Priestess. All right, if you are the woman in this situation, or taking, let's say, the more feminine role in your relationship, we see a few things happening. And one of the things we see happening is you're likely, if you feel that something is wrong in your relationship, we see your card is the High Priestess. So the first thing you want to do is look within and ask yourself, why am I doubting? Why do I think there's a problem here? What is the thing that's causing me to think there's a problem? And you may want to talk about that problem with your partner. Because we're going to get around to the King of Swords in a minute. No, let's get to it right now. All right, so as I look at this grouping of cards, if you are seeing your partner in a less than positive light, if you're wishing your partner were a little bit more loving to you, if you're wishing that your partner were there for you, maybe sharing more of your interests, maybe just feeling more emotional connection, and if instead you're feeling that your partner is very cold in a way, very logical, but you're not feeling the kind of love that you want to feel, then that love we see is very possible within this relationship. But we also see that in order to get that more feeling of love, more feeling of emotional connection, it's necessary for you, group 2, to come into your power a little bit more. Be more of who you are. Perhaps start being more of who you are in your own life, with your own friends, and let your partner see you participating in more activities outside the relationship, really going deep into the things you love and the things you care about. When you start making that commitment to yourself, I see that it's very likely that your partner will start coming along with you more. All right, so we've got the 10 of Pentacles and we've got the 9 of Cups in reverse. So what's going on here? Because we also have the 2 of Cups. So it's leading me to believe, I don't always read these as past, present, and future, but in this case, it's leading me to feel like if you're in the right place in this reading, group 2, you did feel like you had it all. You did at one time in this relationship feel totally loved, but at this point you're not feeling as much so. So you know how things change within relationships over time? So relationships, just like everything else on earth, are always growing and changing, them always moving pieces. So hence the focus of your high priestessness, your self-knowledge, and also getting to know your partner a little bit more. Like, what is driving your partner these days? What has actually happened that makes you feel less connected than you once did? But you still have so much that is good, group 2. We've got the 9 of Cups here in reverse. So you are very, very, very blessed in this relationship and also in life. But you feel something is missing. So you may be focusing on one piece of the puzzle where you're dissatisfied. And one thing to look at as the High Priestess, as the Queen of Pentacles, one thing to look at is your dissatisfaction in proportion to all the good that is there? So what's your action step on this? If you are concerned that you're headed for divorce or you're headed in the wrong direction in this relationship, first of all, I'm a big one for making lists. Grab a piece of paper and make yourself 2 columns and put in one column all of the things you still love about your partner and all of the things you still love about your lives together. And then in the other column, write down what are the things that you're dissatisfied with. Or do you feel that your partner is dissatisfied with you? What do you think your partner is dissatisfied about? And maybe it's worthwhile to have a little talk. If you are concerned that your partner's unhappy, have a little talk and say, I know this might be crazy, but I'm feeling this or that. And if you do that, let's pull an extra card or 2 to find out, are you likely to get a true response from your partner? Okay, let's find out. Yeah, you are likely to get a true response. In fact, I'm going to stop right there. You're likely to get a true response from your partner, and it might be something that you're not even aware of, that may not even have anything to do with you, that is going on in your partner's life that's causing him to be a little more distant. So don't be afraid to ask the question in a totally non-combative, non-emotional way. Just say, you know what, I felt, tell your partner the truth. I felt so connected to you, and lately I've just been feeling something is wrong. And if you put it in a very kind way, it's very likely that your partner is going to tell you exactly what he or she is feeling. All right, did this reading speak to you? If it did, please like this video, leave me a quick comment, and I would love it so much if you would consider clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm sending you, as always, my love and blessings, and see you in my next video. Okay, my beautiful group 3. As I shuffle the cards, please focus on anything you're worried about within your relationship. What is making you ask or wonder if you're headed for divorce? And as I lay out the cards, if this reading does not feel like you, please check out my reading for Group 1 or Group 2. You know, guys, this is a group reading. That means it's not going to be specifically to you the way a personal reading with me would be. So take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And let's find out. Are you headed for divorce? It looks like somebody is avoiding making some decisions. Who's this person? Okay, don't worry about the death card. All right, so we need to look at this card, the mystery card, to find out a little bit more about what we have just turned up. The 10 of Wands in reverse. All right, so yes, I'm seeing that there may be some cause for concern in this relationship. And if this is the right reading for you, one of the two of you has been working hard, pretty much shouldering the whole burden of the relationship. And that person is getting tired of doing that. So that might be you, that might be your partner, and is definitely thinking about making a change. In fact, there might even be another person in this. There might be a love triangle going on. There might be a person. Well, I don't think it's a love triangle, and I'll tell you why. So there is someone who is either interested in you or interested in your partner, and so far, this person has not yielded to temptation. This person is not considering going with someone else. But this is the type of partner that seems to often attract attention or attract people who want to be with him or her. So if you're in the right place, if you feel like somebody's trying to get at your partner or somebody has been tempting you away from your partner, you're in the right place in this case. If not, if there's no such thing, you might want to check out my reading for Group 1 or Group 2. All right, so that's all I have to say right now about the death card. There's someone trying to edge into your relationship, and that person would like nothing better than to bring about the death of your relationship. So we see also that one of you, or maybe both of you, have not been paying a lot of attention lately to your relationship and to a lot of other things. And we also have the 4 of Swords here. So we've got a couple of situations where somebody's in a holding pattern. Nothing is moving forward. So we see, and the reason I wanted to pull an extra card here for the Page of Pentacles in reverse, I was wondering, hey, is this a child or children in your relationship? Do you have kids together? What's going on with this card? Or maybe, is this the person who is trying to tempt one of you away from your partner? So we're seeing that this is likely to be the person who wants to be the love interest in one of your lives. And this is a bad idea, okay? So if you are thinking about maybe entertaining thoughts of being with someone else, the particular person who is interested in you right now is not a good person to do that with. So you've got a lot potentially to lose if you go off with this person, or same thing with your spouse. But the good thing, if this is not you and if this is referring to your spouse, then you can see that your spouse is not acting on this or interested in this yet. However, we see that we need to bring some excitement, instead of just hard work into the relationship, and you're not feeling it. If you've been the person putting in all of the work to keep the relationship together and it's just tiring you out, to where you have no energy for anything else. Now is the time. What change needs to be made to bring more fun into your relationship? What can you do so that you guys enjoy spending time together again, that you actually want? It's not a huge slog to keep this relationship together. Instead, it's a joy to be together in this relationship, because we see that the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your direction. So we see that you can have the outcome you want here. But it's just this particular reading and Spirit is suggesting not to go off with someone else. Not that this is not the scope of this reading. We're not asking, would there be anyone better for you down the road? But at this point, not. And at this point, let's just pull a couple extra cards here, because we've got Death, we've got the 10 of Wands in reverse, and we also have 10 in the form of the Wheel of Fortune. And then we've got double 10 in the Judgment card in reverse. So what I want to ask is, this reading has told us about the situation, but is this a relationship that you should really want to save? We know the current person in the situation who wants to be with either you or your spouse is not a good person to be with. But should you continue to put effort into your relationship? Okay, so once again, it's just telling me more about the feelings here. Okay, this is feeling to me that you or the other person is just tired, which we saw in the 10 of Wands. It's like you almost have completed this cycle with this person, and there's no energy to be nice to each other. No one is looking at all the good stuff that's still left in your relationship. Everybody seems to be looking at what has gone wrong, and one of you or both of you is looking for something else. It's just, I advise you again, it's not this person who's flirting with you or your partner. It's not this person that you should fight this battle and lose your marriage over. So I return to the Wheel of Fortune. This is a time for you to decide whether you want to stay with your spouse. Because if you do decide that you want to, and if you decide to, not because of fear, but you decide you want to stay with your partner because of all of the positive things that you still see about him or her, you can turn this around. But more thought has to happen. And just don't go outside your marriage with this particular person. And maybe agree, if you want to have a talk with your partner, which is always a good idea, then talk about, hey, we know that there are problems here, but let's not step outside our relationship until we figure out, let's have our relationship be our relationship. Let's not be pushed into divorce because of some random person. Not that you need to accuse your partner of that if you're not supposed to know, or if that your partner hasn't shared that with you. But it takes two people to keep this together, not just you. And kind of just know you can succeed, you can keep this together, but you need it to be a two-way street of both of you loving and working together. Okay, did this reading speak to you? If it did, please give this video a like and leave me a comment below. And I would be so grateful, and I'd love it so much if you hit subscribe and click the notification bell. I am sending you, as always, my love and blessings, and I hope to see you in my next video.